Coming in hot from Arizona, this is Trevor
and Troy Howard.
And you're on SoTellUs Time. You can have everything you want in your business. Sometimes you just need a little help.
Every business owner would love to charge more for their services, but sometimes you can sacrifice long-term loyalty for a short-term profit.
Creating the right rituals is key to your business having success.
Are you tired of competing with your competitors? Guess what? You don't have to compete if you create.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of SoTellUs Time, where we just love to have fun with you guys every Tuesday morning, wake you up, get you motivated, get those wheels a-turning, and make sure that you focus on something, at least one thing that week that you can accomplish to better your business. That is the whole goal of SoTellUs Time. Today, we're going to be talking about a very important one. In fact, it's not going to be a super long one, but it is a very important one. And this is going to be more of a reminder. It's going to be a wake-up call. It's going to be a, hey, you know what? Why'd you do this in the first place kind of thing. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Unfortunately, it is as grim as it sounds. Yes. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. As you can see in this episode on YouTube, for all my YouTubers, Troy is dressed up looking very schnazzy today. And it's not just because he's a schnazzy man, which he is, but he unfortunately had to officiate, right?
Yep.
A funeral today. And it just was a good reminder even for us. And Troy got to sit and listen to the guy's life story, and Troy knew him well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was a great guy, a funny guy, and it was just kind of took us back and said, hey, you know what? This is something that's important. We get super busy in work. We get so wrapped up in our work and our job, right? Our business. And like a previous episode that we did called The Mistress, you're cheating and you don't even know it. You should go back and listen to that one. It's similar but different. It comes from a different perspective. But you get wrapped up in your business and then you forget about, or even push to the side, everyone and everything that's really, truly important in your business. And a lot of times it's why you started your business in the first place, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's interesting because Troy was just officiating a funeral, and I just got a call today from my sister who all our kids all played baseball on this team back in the day. And one of the parents one of the families from the baseball team, she was calling to let me know that just 2 days ago, their son was actually murdered.
Oh, no.
He was shot. Yeah, him and his friend were shot. They don't know all the details yet. They're working on the details. They were on their way to the hospital to pull the plug. And yeah, he was shot. The friend was shot and the friend survived, but he was shot and did not make it. So again, tomorrow is not guaranteed. You know, whether it's an accident or just you've lived a long life and it's the end of it, but there's reasons you started your business, and we're going to jump into that right now. And we're going to make sure you remember.
Exactly. So, like Trevor said, the life of an entrepreneur is difficult.
Yes, it is.
It's filled with long hours, lonely nights, putting in all of this work and effort, to try and turn a profit.
Yes.
And the problem is that sometimes we get so used to putting in the grind over time that we create kind of this subconscious habit of like, this is what I got to do every day. This is, and on one side, it's like, this is awesome because you're working really, really hard to grow your business. But on the other side, like Trevor said, you're ignoring the things that are really important and potentially ignoring the reason why you started the whole business, in the first place. So I want you guys to think about, why did you start your business? Was it because you wanted to make more money?
More money?
Was it because you wanted more free time?
Oh, yeah.
Was it because you didn't want to work for somebody anymore?
I feel that.
Yeah, that's a lot of entrepreneurs. They can't work for somebody else, so they become an entrepreneur. Was it that you wanted to take more vacations?
I'm all about that.
Yeah, exactly. And was it just to spend more time with your family and friends?
Yeah.
So I want you to think about what was the reason or reasons you started your business in the first place. And now I want you to think about, have you done those things?
Are you doing it?
Are you doing it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever it might be? Is that, do you have more money? And again, money's not the end all.
Right.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but what is it you really wanted, and are you at a point where you've achieved that? Or maybe you're not at a point where you've totally achieved it, but you can achieve a little bit of it.
Sure, absolutely.
And we'll talk about that. So I want to talk a little bit about, like Trevor said, I was at this funeral today, and it really kind of was a wake-up call. Mm-hmm. This guy was amazing, loved by everybody, but he was a hard worker.
Yeah.
So he was an accountant, and I remember during tax season, like that guy, he would sleep a couple hours a day. I mean, he was just cranking away, working really, really hard. And was an older gentleman. I think he was 65 when he passed away this last week.
Got to retirement.
Right, exactly.
But didn't make it.
I know. And so here he was working tons of hours. And this 3 years ago, he has a crazy heart attack. Like, the doctors were shocked that he lived through the heart attack.
It's crazy.
And it totally changed his life.
Woke him up.
Yeah, woke him up. And all of a sudden, he's like, wait a minute, why am I working these crazy hours, only sleeping a couple hours, barely seeing my family, Why am I doing this? And he started to make changes in his life. So one of the things he did was he brought in a partner, another accountant who could take over some of the clients and take over some of that workload. And as he did that, as he made that transition, he started doing the things that he always wanted to do.
So cool.
So one of the things he did was him and his wife jumped in their truck and they drove all the way across the United States and then came back a different way and, just toured the United States.
Cool.
And had an awesome time doing it. Spent a ton of time with his family, with his kids, grandkids. One of the things they talked about was like he has this huge backyard, and he basically turned it into, like, they call it the Disneyland backyard.
That's so cool.
Like, it's the entire backyard is built for his grandkids.
Yeah.
And that's where they would come, spend all their time, and play with grandpa. So just totally changed his life around. And for the past 3 years, his focus had changed.
Right.
He still was running a successful business, still making money, but shifted that focus a little bit to, I don't need to make all the money.
Right.
I can share that money with someone else.
Totally.
And have someone else doing the workload, and enjoyed his life. So when he passed away this last week, it was sad. It was sad for that to happen. And the reason he passed away is he got cancer, and he went through that. But again, he had put things in place that made it possible for him to go through the chemo treatment and all those kind of things, because he, wasn't dedicating 80, 90 hours a week to the job.
And it's interesting. As business owners, guys, you got to realize this happens more often than not. Mm-hmm. Everybody works to retire. And they think that they're going to live their life in retirement. But a lot of entrepreneurs never make it to retirement.
Yeah.
It took him 62 years to wake up, and a heart attack, to wake up and realize he needed to start living his life. And then he got a good 3 years of really, truly living for probably the reasons. Those were probably his reasons
all along
of why he started the company. But he worked 62 years. He was alive 62 years, and then finally realized, oh, crap, I need to, prioritize my life. And I feel like that happens. It really does happen all the time. We know countless of people that have never, entrepreneurs that they never made it. They 50, 55, heart attacks, dead, and in the bathroom, just got out of the shower, heading to work, no big deal, boom, dead, gone. And so the thing about being an entrepreneur is, yes, you have to put the grind in, especially for all the young entrepreneurs, the guys just getting started. Not even, maybe if you're not even young, but you're just getting started. Yes, you have to put in the hours. In fact, I remember, I've told this story before, but I was working 2 jobs and building this company, sleeping at the office, never coming home, had 3 kids. Chelsea finally called me one day and said, listen, either you send home a check, because I wasn't making any money. She says, or you come home. Because otherwise, if I don't get one of those two things, she says, I won't be here next time you come home. And that was a wake-up call for me, right?
Yes.
And so I actually learned, I've told this story many a times, I was like, by 25, I'm going to be a multimillionaire. By 23, I was like, dude, I don't need millions. I need a good living and I need time, right? Time is really, I feel like in all things, if any of us were being honest with ourselves as entrepreneurs, what we truly, really want, sure, we might want the cool car or the boat or the RV or the big house or whatever that is, the stuff. But really, really, truly, I think we all want time.
Yes.
We all want freedom and time. And so what you need to do is figure out a way to incorporate that time and freedom while still being successful and taking advantage, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. It doesn't even have to be death. We're not talking about death.
Yeah.
Chelsea was like, I'm not going to be there. I mean, I was going to lose my wife, right? And my family. And that they were one of the biggest reasons I was building a company in the first place. And so it may, it just may be, it doesn't have to be death. It may be your marriage. It may be your relationship with your kids, but you're sacrificing something. And then your company. I tell Troy this all the time. I'm like, hey, when things are amazing like this, we still crank. We still have stuff in place. We still have the systems and processes and the people to keep cranking. But we need to make sure we take the time, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Our business, something could change with the internet tomorrow and boom, like we're out of a job, right? We don't have a company anymore. And now we're going to go find a, 9 to 5 or whatever it is, or start a new company probably. Most likely. Troy and I are pretty much entrepreneurs at heart. But when you have the ability to live that life, even in little moments, like Troy was saying, maybe you can't do everything you want to do on that bucket list, but you can do this one this year and do that one the next year and do this, and make sure. Biggest thing is 100%. If you have children, you need to be making it to their stuff.
Yes.
You need to be a present parent. You need to be a present mama or a present daddy. Like, show up to that stuff. My favorite thing is there's this quote I used to keep on the front of my phone, and it said, if all that child gave you is a rock, remember in this moment, the most precious thing to them is that rock.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't realize the impact. I think a lot of times when we think, we're showing them that we work hard, and are we really, or are we absent? We're not showing them we work hard. We're just absent.
That's a really good point, because it was funny. My son just started volleyball season.
Yeah.
And they had their first game, and it was like at, 4:30. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, do you have a game today? He's like, yeah, it's at 4:30. He's like, but you don't have to be there. And I was like, I know I don't have to be there, but I will be there because I want to be there.
Right.
And did it really matter? Like, that I was there? Like, probably not. I mean, but it mattered to him.
Right.
Like he looked at it and said, you know what? My dad doesn't have to be here. Mm-hmm. He's choosing to be at my game.
Well, and even if he doesn't recognize it right now, because I feel like in raising children and
Yes.
all my people out there with children understand this surely. Even if they don't recognize it in the moment, they will look back and they will be like, my dad showed up to everything I did.
Yeah.
Like my kids are not amazing athletes. They work hard, they try hard, but they're not going to, someday make millions of dollars playing sports probably. Dad I was never into sports. So, I can't even help him with it. But the one thing that they will know is dad showed up to my stuff. Dad was there, and it's like, even like some of these vacations I do with my family and stuff, I tell my wife all the time, I say, our kids may not recognize and appreciate it now, but when they grow up and people say, what did you do for vacation when you were a kid? Or they're going to be like, man, we went on RV trips across the country. We went out of the country, traveled to all these different cool places. We had dirt bikes and toys and all this stuff. Like, cool. They're going to have these really cool memories. And that's what we've chosen to spend our money on, is like trying to make cool memories with our kids that, again, all the time I'm like, you ungrateful little brats. They don't recognize it in the moment, but I guarantee you someday they will look back. And I actually said to my kids on this last RV trip that we went on, it was just a short one for a week. And I said to them, I looked at them one day and they were kind of all like bickering a little bit, just, kind of tired of each other. And I said, someday Mom and I won't be here, and you will cherish these memories you made with us. So maybe you should take it like, Don't take it for granted now.
Enjoy it now.
Enjoy it now. Don't take it for granted. And they were like, oh, and my 16-year-old, of course, is like, Dad, don't say that. And then my younger ones were like, whatever. Let me play video games, But anyways, all right, guys. Well, this week, figure out a way that you can carve out more time for the things that matter most. Unplug. Get away from work. Take that time. If maybe it's running home and having lunch with your husband or your wife. Mm-hmm. Surprising them, take them on a date in the middle of the day when the kids aren't around.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just getting to those games. Maybe it's just getting home on time so that you can help your spouse out with the kids and the dishes and the life, or whatever that is. Maybe it's planning that vacation, because a big thing for my wife and I is we like to have something to look forward to, even if it's 6 months away or more.
Yeah.
At least we have something we're looking forward to. So we usually try to plan something fun for the family, and we usually try to plan something fun for her and I. So, all right, guys, anything else, Troy?
No, that's it. Carve out some time and make those memories and make it worth it.
Yes.
You're working hard, so make it worth it.
Yes, because you may not make it to retirement. I probably won't make it.
You probably
to
shouldn't laugh. We're like, ha, 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 you're not going to make it.
Well, guess what? We all die. And every breath we take is one breath closer to death. I know, that's morbid. Wow. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being with us. Please like, share, comment. Hit us up. Tell us what you want to hear about. Tell your friends about it. SoTellUs Time. Anywhere and everywhere that they can search, they will find us. SoTellUs or SoTellUs Time. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll catch you guys on the next episode of SoTellUs Time.